everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Bills going up against the Vikings. With that, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis with this Week 2 matchup.
Okay, Larry, thank you very much. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Twin Cities and the expansive new U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Buffalo Bills and the Minnesota Vikings. And they'll go on the ground. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The insistence of speed at every position is really seen at the defensive end spot. These guys in the old days were often outside linebackers. They just pushed them forward because they wanted to play fast and get to the quarterback or the running backs quicker than ever before.
Here we go now.
Back to throw. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Here's the offensive unit, and heads up, look out for the Clemson Tiger.
Sammy Watkins was brought in to make plays. That's what he specializes in, out on the perimeter or going inside.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He sets to fire deep. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So pass interference, partner with all the rule changes. It is hard to be a defender in the pass game.
Brandon, is tough in college. It's a lot harder in the NFL. You can't touch him after 5 yards downfield. You can't touch him while the ball's not in the air. You can't touch him at all until the ball is at the receiver's hands. Very difficult to be a defender in today's NFL.
And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Linval Joseph is in a hurry to get his name mentioned as one of the top defensive tackles in the game. I think he's accomplishing his goal.
Let's go.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught. Watkins. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Sammy Watkins, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills have taken the early lead. On for the point after is Randy Bullock. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Okay, Charles, the Vikings offensive starters, a former Ole Miss Rebel is a guy to watch, and that's Laquan Treadwell.
No doubt about it, and when you look at his speed, forget it. All right, just throw out that time stuff. Watch his play speed. He plays the game really fast and big and aggressively. They want to call him Megaquan. If he plays to that, he'll really help this Vikings team.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bulldozes past him. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Now Bridgewater being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
On 3rd down, Bridgewater. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The pickup of 11, and it moves the chains.
And fits the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. And a Wildcat formation here.
Let's go! Ryan 38!
And he'll cut it to the left sideline. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? 5 defensive
DBs.
backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
Double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
Yeah, we saw that advantage right there.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner. Get him.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Their dangerous wide receiver. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now the try here for the extra point. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Bills' offense comes out ready to take over. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Shift together here from the D-line. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Oh, what a juke into space. A big gain there for the Bills. 34 yards.
As we continue to advance in the NFL, as people continue to scout players, they really don't care as much about body types as they care about those guys who can make people miss, run through tackles, and gain all that additional run after catch. Anybody who has that ability, they want them on their team.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second down, 8. They'll set up a throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe mix it up a little bit, a little play action.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Vikings have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Back onto the field now comes the Bills offense. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Well, he just threw an interception last drive, nearly another pick.
And things aren't very even right now, are they? It's a little bit sloppy out there, isn't it? It's kind of just driving on those paved roads and those country roads that have those potholes in them, isn't it? Because that's the way this game's going right now. A lot of bouncy bounce to it.
You spent some time on some Tennessee country roads.
I certainly have. Plenty of family back there. God love them.
Here we go. Set. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective. Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's unable to haul it in. So it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field. And that brings up 4th.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
On 4th down on now is the lefty Ryan Allen to punt. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line. And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. So a pause here for us as well. Time to pay some bills. More from Minneapolis after this. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the first on 2nd down.
Let's go.
2nd down, Bridgewater. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. Roughing the passer, that's shades of Charles Davis back in his playing days.
Oh, I sure wish it had been, Brandon. Back in my day, I didn't hit anyone hard enough to rough the passer. I had a number of teammates that handled that for me.
Let's go. 180. 180. 2-jet.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on 1st. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
Here's Bridgewater. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense, so you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not...
And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Bills getting set to go. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut it, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's there got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
They're going to hurry back to the line now. They're going to look to throw. It's caught inside the 25. They practiced this all week. Pretty clear it paid off there. Threw it downfield, made it look relatively easy.
And it always comes a little bit easier when you've practiced it and tuned things up and you're confident in what you're doing now. They felt very, very good about their plan, and we saw the execution because the confidence of the players was there.
Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got him. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Now that's the way you run offense. Understanding your clock situation. Excellent job getting to the sideline and getting out of bounds. That's the way to conserve time.
Here we go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Now, they've got to be a little frustrated here to not complete that on third down after having such a long drive going.
Yeah, you're talking about going over 70 yards on the drive. Yeah, did you say a little frustrated?
Very frustrated.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Very frustrated. There's no doubt about it. They thought they were going to have a chance to cash in the end zone. Now it looks like it's likely a field goal attempt.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on fourth down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And a great spot to start this drive from here. 1 receiver left, 2 to the right.
Let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
Get ready.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. He's got a man complete. The 20, 10, and he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
So the long touchdown on the final play adds a little more intrigue to this one. As we send you down to our EA Sports Studios in Orlando, where we find our man Larry Ridley with our halftime report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Set. Wait,
Bridgewater to throw it this time. He's got the connection over the middle to Diggs. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Stephon Gilmore. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. And on the ground they go with a running back. No gain on the play there, second down.
While there was no gain on that run, we do know coaches whose identity is rooted in taking it almost to the limit and then changing things up on you down the stretch. I think we're getting really close to that point in time, though, where the identity may have to go out the window, and they've got to go a little bit faster in order to try and win the game.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is incomplete. Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going deep here for... That's caught inside the 20. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's third down.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and get some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Incomplete. Both players were there offensively and defensively, but it falls incomplete. Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off that lead.
And now you put the pressure on your defense, who didn't particularly play all that well in the first half. But they're going to need to step it up here and make some plays if these guys are going to have any chance.
And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And now out comes Minnesota. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
Put it mildly, that is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot. Great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
Yeah, turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you...
Touchdown, Vikings! A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory. 3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And now out come the Bills. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive. They'll take it. Just, I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone. Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second down now after the incompletion. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly. It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Linval Joseph forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for Buffalo. 45 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass. And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged, because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's caught at the 1, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bills cut into that lead. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The Bills have the football, but they trail here as we begin quarter number 4. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. First down, Bridgewater. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that at just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there. And they're going to get this one all the way up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22. And now they're in the hurry-up. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead. Confident to throw the pass and have the reception made. There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. Because strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done. Bridgewater. Caught on the right side by Treadwell. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll try a little trickery here on the end around. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And they're going to speed things up here. And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here. With that type of a lead, clock on their side. Instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football. Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
A gain of 6 there on first.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. They brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
And he dropped it. Now it was tipped, altered the ball a little bit, but he dropped it, and now 4th down. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
That's fielded in the end zone. And last year, that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year, he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. The Bills' offense now, they get set to head back on the field. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. 2nd down, sack by the defense. What type of pressure will they bring here on 3rd? We'll see.
Here we go now.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. A great read, and it's picked off. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. They take over with great field position. They've got the big lead. Most would say they should kneel it, but the key word there is should. You never know here.
You never know. That's the exact play that should happen. But some people like stats. You know, some people like to put more things up on the board, but kneel down is usually the right play here.
We'll see what they do in this situation. Bridgewater to throw it. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. Halfback sent in motion. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing. Bridgewater. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver from 6 yards away. And the Vikings capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he reconsidered here. It'll cost him 10 yards now with a new rule as he's down at the 15-yard line. Now the Bills offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Detroit!
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys...